Okay, guys. Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, so we're going to be reading through the comment section. So we're going to be interacting on the comments, reading your comment, and sometimes we'll get one or two of you to, join and then share with us.
Yes.
Maybe you have a personal experience. Who says Sister Bay there? Abigail, I will block you. All right. So, this breakfast thing, you don't cast last. Now everybody go shop breakfast. Now, must everybody shop breakfast? What's your mindset about this breakfast thing? Is it possible to go through life without shopping breakfast? And of course, by breakfast, we mean like relationship.
Heartbreak, basically.
Relationship breakups.
Yeah, relationship breakups.
Basically, is relationship break. Not heartbreak. Like, I suffered heartbreak, but it wasn't for breakfast.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk about my story very soon. So, do you think everybody would definitely... What's your opinion? Do you think everybody will shop breakfast? Or you think it's possible to go through life without shopping breakfast? Let me just see the comments quickly. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, do you think it's possible?
Or everybody must shop breakfast? Or you don't shop your own, so everybody must collect? Let me see your comment. Because, I grew up with the mentality that it is possible to not shop breakfast, and I think that also informed how I live my life.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I didn't shop breakfast. Okay, Miku said it's not possible. Well, I did it.
Well, for me, I was more like, in fact, I didn't even want to get into a relationship until I was sure that I was going to be marrying the person. Like, I was such a serious person, like, I don't want any boyfriend, boyfriend. I wanted husband. That's what I wanted. But I also acknowledge the fact that sometimes people need to make some mistakes.
Yes.
Like sometimes you need to make some few mistakes here and there, and before you now finally get it right. But
you had that belief.
No, not like from the outside. For myself, I believe that I wanted my husband like straight. Okay. But I also just understand or believe that some other people might not necessarily be able to get it like one time,
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the place of breakfast comes in.
Yeah, so I feel like people that think it's not possible. Maybe you've been served breakfast before, or you've served breakfast before. But if you've never been in a relationship, your mindset should be that it's possible. You don't go into a relationship having the mindset that, well, it's my first relationship, so it's probably going to break.
Yeah,
you go in with positive mindset, right?
Yeah,
with optimism. At the same time, don't be so strong on the optimism of not being served breakfast that you see the obvious red flags.
Yes,
and because
which is what we are going into now.
Yes, because you don't want breakfast, then you just patch it.
Block all the you block all the signs.
Yeah.
All the everything you're supposed to be seeing. You don't
I'm glad that Odno said she has changed her mindset. That's beautiful. It's very possible. But it might not be everybody's story, because sometimes the journey of our life, not every time is dependent on us. Sometimes you are doing everything you can, but the person that you are in a relationship with is misbehaving, and breakfast is imminent.
Yes. So
now that'll take me to my next question. What do you think is best, when they serve you breakfast or when you serve someone breakfast? I know it looks like an easy answer, but think about it very well. When they serve you breakfast or when you serve someone's breakfast. Because, okay, let me see. The truth is, during the early stage of a relationship, it is possible. But the next one we learn and get better with the future, okay? I kind of get what you're saying there. So when they serve you breakfast or when you serve breakfast, now the difference is sometimes you actually feel like this relationship is not ending well, but you don't know how to cut it. And then the person just calls up and say, you know what, it's not you, it's me. Let's break up.
Do you prefer that to breaking up?
Yes.
By yourself?
Which one do you think is better?
Because, let me just put it into perspective. You might think that, you serving the breakfast is better. But that also makes you look like a heartbreaker.
Like the wicked person.
That kind of makes you look like the wicked person, like the evil person that broke someone else's heart. So, do you prefer to be the one that, okay, they broke my heart, or do you prefer to be the one that they're like, oh, I broke someone else's heart, but at least because I'm the one that doesn't get to feel the hurt of being left.
Yes.
Yes. So what's your opinion?
Let me have, say both are not easy, but when you serve, it's kind of better.
Tell me, you're a wicked person.
You look like someone that has served breakfast before. It's not easy to collect breakfast too.
It's not easy. I feel like it's harder to be the one that they're breaking up with, but being the one to break up as well. And I think that's why people just start to ghost. I've noticed some relationships ending that they'll just say all of a sudden, maybe someone jackpot. When they say jackpot, that means the person traveled or left their country. When somebody leaves their country and the other person is maybe back in Nigeria or back in another country, wherever they are, and they're doing like this long distance thing, and then one person gets uninterested in the relationship, and then someone just suddenly starts to behave in a certain kind of way, starts to ghost the other
and
person,
then so that the other person takes the decision.
Feels tired and just takes the decision. So people are like that.
Someone says, let me read some of the comments. Someone said both are not easy, but when you serve it's better. Someone says both is not good. Dorato says neither is easy, to be honest. I think I'll prefer serving breakfast to being served breakfast. Emotional damage is not easy. Emotional damage. Okay. Some damage can shatter. The thing is this, right? I feel like it's a stronger position to be the one serving breakfast. It means that you have assessed the situation and you have seen that there's no future.
You have even mourned the relationship in your mind. And
yes, you are ready. It might take you some days. I'm going to break up with this guy. You deal with it and then you make that decision because it shows more responsibility to know when to cut off a relationship.
Yeah.
And we're talking about sensible people that it's not, you are a player. You are literally just breaking up because you are messing with someone's heart. Or there's this guy that loves you, but you've seen someone that is richer and you just shatter the guy's heart. That's not good. But breakfast, when you have seen the future, that, no, I don't think we are going the same place again.
Yeah.
And then you take that decision, that bold step to like, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm gonna have to leave, or I'm sorry, sis. I feel like that is responsible. That is from a strong point of view.
Yeah.
And I feel like, it just helps you to be more decent. Let me see this. Like my first relationship, this from Royal Queen. Please read it for me.
Okay. Like my first relationship in secondary school, we are both exploring. For some, it works for them, but as you grow, you know that you are looking. You know what you're looking for, and look for like-minded people like you. Well, and that's why, to be honest, I had always felt like I didn't want to date young, or when I wasn't ready for marriage. Ready.
You don't know what you want.
I mean, I've always had that principle. Don't date when you're not ready for marriage, because you might not necessarily need that experience or that extra heartbreak or something. You might not necessarily. I mean, you can get it one time, to be honest.
Okay, so Abigail says, I won't categorically say I prefer to be the one to break up. Maybe it would be better that I notice anything off and accept it earlier than wait for them to break up.
Yeah.
None is easy, but when you have seen some red flags, just do it, even if you're afraid. Basically, like, just do it afraid. Yeah. True. Okay, so I like that last comment, even when you have seen some red flags. So now, let's talk about red flags. What's that?
So I think I would like us to go into something else, which is, what were the signs you noticed but you ignored, even though they were glaring? Let's say you've chopped breakfast before.
I like that one.
Well, let's say you chopped breakfast before, or you're even the one that haven't served the breakfast. But let's say before the breakfast happened, what were some of those signs, that you would see like this? I mean, that you would see clearly, but you refused and you closed your eyes to it.
The love is blind, though. Confess.
This is confession time.
What were the signs that you saw, red flags you saw, and you ignored, and last they served you breakfast?
Or you even eventually served the breakfast, but you first ignored it.
Or you first ignored it and it kind of burned you. Like you knew that, for example, this guy does not really love Jesus, so, but you wanted a church boy that could go to club. You wanted something. Okay, so someone is sucking. Yes, my ex smoking and clubbing. I jackpot because I know I cannot be fasting for a pattern. That's good.
That's a good one.
And that's why I talk about being the one to break up when you already see that this is not going anywhere. Yes, I think that makes so much sense. So drop your comments. Drop your comment. Oh, thank you for that. Drop your comment. We're talking about
and
breakfast.
I mean, if you have any questions, too,
we'll take questions.
We'll take questions.
So if you are just joining us, we're talking about breakfast, breakups, and
if you have something to also say on air, you could ask to join.
So yeah, but we're not taking requests now.
We're not taking requests yet. Yeah.
There'll be a time for that. So, what we're asking now, the question we're talking about now is, what are the red flags you saw? For example, talk about a personal experience if you can, or someone very close to you that you saw but you ignored and later led to breakfast. Says served him breakfast because he lies a lot and there was no respect. I hated the way he thinks too. Okay. I mean, mindset is everything.
Yeah, the way someone thinks is actually.
And then if someone doesn't respect you, trust me, and it's both sides. Whether the guy doesn't respect the lady or the lady doesn't respect the guy, it's both sides. It's important that respect is mutual in relationships. Where are your comments, guys?
People did not chop breakfast.
You people have not chopped breakfast. Someone said she's just here watching in the comments.
We want you to talk.
If you have chopped breakfast before, what were the signs that you think you saw but you kind of ignored? The way we used to think that, people change, people will change, he will change, blah blah blah. Did you fall victim of that?
Yeah.
Did you fall victim of that? And why did you ignore them? Or if you like to share a personal experience, we'll just take one or two people. If you like to share a personal experience, drop in a comment that you like to share a personal experience, then we'll add you to the video. Someone says he suddenly started taking small things I did so seriously.
I mean, I feel like there should be a mindset of pre-forgiveness. Like you're seeing the person as a part of you. You're seeing the person as a team with you. So the person's wrongs are not like wrongs in your mind. You are easily forgiven. I feel like that's actually a very good reason to break up.
The Duni says I noticed reduced communication and love was gone. Wow. But this brother pastor was the one that taught me what commitment is, so I continued to commit until I got tired and serving breakfast with tears.
Aww,
that's the kind of breakfast
so
you serve with tears. The sense of responsibility. I'm married for 7 years and I can gladly tell you I'm enjoying marriage. No perfect relationship, but we tolerate each other.
Yes, tolerance is so important.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Verbal and emotional abuse. That's terrible. Cheating and poor financial management. Wow.
I mean, that's one reason. One of these things. Just
one of them is
already strong enough.
Took me a year because we were already planning wedding. That's the thing. And I know, but I had to leave. It was hard, but still my best decision. It's always a good decision to walk away when you see that this future doesn't look good. Don't ever think about, what will people say? Or think about, we've invited everybody. Where will I start from?
Yeah,
that's where will I start from. Syndrome.
You have much more to life to live more than that 1 year that maybe you've been in a relationship, right?
Yes, or even 7 years.
You still have 50 years of your life or 70 years of your life.
If you have even had your relationship for 7 years and you are seeing red flags, please, just cut it off. Cut it off. All right. I want us to talk about the red flags. The red flags. What are the red flags do you think are strong? And if you guys have seen one of our videos, we've talked about 5 reasons why you should break up your relationship. If you've not seen that video, you need to go watch it. 5 reasons why you should break up your relationship. And we also talked about 5 reasons why you should not marry someone. So they are very related. It's like part 1 and part 2. And we talked about a lot of things there. What are the red flags that you think once you see like this, carry your bag and go? Let me see in the comment section. What are the red flags that you think once you see like this, carry your bag and go?
I mean,
Even if it's something we've mentioned in our video before, that's fine. Let's just have that conversation together. We are reading in the comments. Okay, you have to look for that video. You need to look for it. There are 2 videos. Let me talk about it again. The first one is 5 reasons why you should break up your relationship.
Yeah.
And then another one is 5 reasons why you should not marry that person.
Yeah.
What's the title? Let me look for that. Yes.
5 kinds of people you should not marry.
Okay, yes. 5 kind of people you should not marry.
And then 5
reasons why you should break up
that relationship.
You need to look for the video and watch it. It was powerful nuggets in the video. So what are the red flags? I'm waiting for you people. Red flags.
Don't put red flags emoji.
What are the red flags? A good example of red flag is that, babe, give me one. Quick one.
Well, a person is indecisive about you.
Someone that's indecisive about you. Someone, it says impatience and not a believer. Absolutely. If someone is not a believer, that's a no. If someone is impatient, they will not be patient enough for you to be a better person. Because you are not perfect.
And you need time to grow.
There's something about extending grace. We always talk about extending grace. So they can't be impatient. Overly controlling behavior. And when there is lack of trust. I mean, 2 people cannot work together except
they don't trust each other, right?
Agree. Yes. I think that's very profound.
And that's overly controlling behavior. I mean, nobody should try to control the other person so much that it's like choky.
Absolutely.
People should be free to be themselves.
Someone says mommy's boy. Absolutely. Is mommy's soup is better than your soup.
Mommy's advice is better than your advice.
Let me answer mommy's breast too. I'm sorry, TMI. People with anger issues, yeah, absolutely. Always bringing back the past and reminding you of your past wrong.
And they would always hurt you with their words.
That is toxic.
They would always hurt you with their words.
That is toxic. Hurting your partner because of past. Because that's the problem. Because you're not perfect, you will still make mistakes. So that means they are just piling it up to come back at you. Someone says pride, disrespectful, narcissist, constantly comparing you with others. Oh my God. That one is so sad. Nothing hurts more than
constant comparison.
Than knowing that you are on the comparison table. Like if you fall behind, your spouse sees you less.
Yeah.
Baby, you want to take this one?
Yeah, that indecisiveness about you, a major one. Literally, like
doesn't know what he wants.
Doesn't really know what he wants. It just can't decide,
People who are unbelievers, like Christian or Muslim, absolutely.
Yeah.
Both of you need to have the same belief.
You have to be on the same page.
Because especially Africans, our beliefs are how we run our life.
Yeah.
Strongly.
So
cheating, abuse of any kind, pride, lack of respect. Not a good listener. Some of these things, to be honest, they could be worked on.
Actually, like not a good listener, yes. But like cheating.
Even cheating, there's infidelity recovery. But the thing is this: I feel like
it's about mistakes.
The most important thing is their heart.
Exactly.
Are they in a position where they are actually trying to work on themselves? Are they, teachable? In a position where you can actually correct them, and you see that they are actually making
changes, right?
Efforts towards changing. Those are very, very.
But then when it becomes a chronic thing, and they just always apologize and keep apologizing.
Insecurity. Well, that one you can talk them out of it. You can teach them if they are teachable. Every small discussion ends in an argument. That one you need to learn communication. You need a therapist. You need a counselor. But yeah, that's true. Constant disrespect and disregard, especially if you're a woman. All right, especially if you're a woman and the guy you're in a relationship with disrespects you, laughs at you, disregards you, run. The chances that he will change and you will now be such an important person in his life, slim, is very slim. Run. Okay. All right. Last discussion for the night. Let's talk about this challenge with hearing God. Because believers always say that, oh, I'm praying. Most of our DM is full of people saying, am I in the right relationship? Hitting and running care. No, that was crazy. And I think that's likened to maybe having sex with someone and then disappearing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what that hitting
So
and running means.
a lot of believers, yeah, you can explain what hitting and running is. A lot of believers, like they say that, oh, am I in the right relationship? I have prayed, I had this dream, I have this, I had this. Why is it so difficult for believers to feel convinced in their spirit about a relationship decision? Why does this seem so difficult? Have you ever thought about it? Who would like to share on that? Who would like to share on that? Is Grace still on the call?
Yeah, are you still interested in talking?
If you would like to join the... you're saying Uncle Bay, you... Well, I'm not Uncle Bay, I'm Uncle Boo, but are you saying I'm hitting...
She said you're making it sense.
Okay. Sorry, you know that I'm from Nigeria. Okay, like hitting the nail on the head. See, that's simple English for people like us that we don't really bunglish that much. Alright, I got it. So if you want to join our live and just say a few things, this is the time. But we're talking about why is it so difficult to hear God? I want to hear from you first before I say one or two things. My wife would also share on that. I've seen your request. Just send your request in. We'll take a few people. And then, yeah. So why is it so difficult to hear God? Before we start taking the requests, because that could distract a little bit. I think it takes a while for people to start showing. Why is it so difficult to hear God? Because we are Christians, we pray, I know those things, but when this love matter start like this, now you know when they hear anything. You now be seeing yourself having a dream. You are fetching water and you are tired. And then the sister just appeared. And then came with one very big ifami. You know what ifami is?
Fetcher from the well.
And then he helps you. And then both of you are now fetching the water together. Then the Lord revealed to you that in the walk of God, in your future, you are going to be walking together.
I'll be fetching water.
I'll be fetching
souls.
Hey, fetching souls. So someone says, I had this guy. He told me how convinced he was about me, how God clearly showed me to him as his spouse, but last, he still broke up with me.
Wow. That's serious.
That's giving Abba said. You are so funny. Okay. So why is it so difficult? And why do people say they hate God and then
they later
things
break up?
fall apart? Like Chinua Achebe. Why? Okay, let me take the chat from someone. Let me see if Grace is. Why is it so difficult to hear God? I'm going to talk a little bit about it. My wife is also going to say a few things on that, but I want to just see your opinion first, and then we call it a day. It's been really nice chatting.
Let's check the other person. I
don't think Grace is there. Okay. Grace requested again.
Let's see.
Oh, Olumide Priscilla. You're interested in hearing my views. Don't worry, I'll share it. I've always shared it, but I want to hear you people first. Then I'll tell you what I think. So who is joining us? Okay, if you guys are not willing to join, that's okay. Grace is unable to join. Okay, her network is bad.
Probably there's a network issue.
So I mentioned that you should send a request. You have to send a request if you want to join, and we'll try to take you in. Nobody's talking about why do people find it difficult to hear God. All right, Sister B, do you want to start with us?
Well,
why do you think many Christians find it difficult to hear God, or claim that they've heard God, but things fell apart and it looked like they were not really hearing God. Royal Queen, you would like to join, you need to send a request. You need to send a request. Well, you said the truth is that God speaks to us, but we still go with our carnal mind. You need to send a request. If I don't say request to join, then I wouldn't be able to. Let me just try to see if I can invite you, because some people, it's only when you join for the first time that you are able to request.
Okay.
It's not showing. It's not showing. All right. You think it's because of mixed emotions? Absolutely. Absolutely right. That's one of the reasons. First, hearing God's word requires stillness and discipline. Wisdom will not finish you. Wisdom will not finish you, because you need to be still if you want to hear God. And if you are busybody, up and about,
you're not busy being on checking out. Oh, this person looks nice. This person looks like a nice guy. Will he be my husband? Will he be my wife? Oh, this person looks awesome. You're at the talking stage at every point, and then you're just you're not really calm and at peace about it. You're not relaxed, in the whole idea of, okay, God has got me, right? So I mean, the aspect of mixed emotions, that was even where I wanted to start from. Many a time we kind of let our emotions go first. In many, okay, I think Queen is about to
well,
join.
you can finish your statement.
We kind of let our emotions go first, so it kind of clouds the whole, your emotions cloud your judgment, and then you are saying, oh, I want to hear God, I want to hear God. But in the back of your mind, you're like, oh God, this person, it has to be this person. But Lord, should be your way, should be your way. But this person is actually, God, don't shall say it's not how, don't say it's not how. Yeah. But Lord, I want to... It's like, let me put it like this. It's like, there's a thought that came to my mind. You are praying to hear God because of the hearing God, but you don't really care about God's will. You want what you want. You get now. So when you suddenly want to start hearing God only when you're looking for a partner, yes, you've not been praying to hear God about other things. It's only life partner you're now praying for. Yes. So you want God to answer you, but you are not particularly wanting His will. You know how Jesus said that these people draw near to me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. That is the problem. That is fundamental problem. In your heart, you don't really desire the will of God above your will. But with your lips, you ask the Lord to give you His will. That is the biggest deceit. Very profound here. I think many people have already made a decision subconsciously about a decision. And when they ask God, they ask from a place of expectation that God wants what they want. Perfect. God will not speak to you. This is Audrey or Rosalind. God will not speak to you until only when you are listening to God in a relationship. The Lord does not operate in isolation. He will definitely reveal things to you when you are ready. Absolutely. You guys are brilliant. Demi is here. Welcome, Demi. I cite you. All right, let's have Royal Queen. Let me see if our network is good. So we're talking about breakfast. If you're just joining, we're talking about breakfast. And we've talked about a lot of things right now, but we're talking about why is it difficult for people to hear God. Hello.
Hi, my name is Tumi Aziboye.
My pleasure. Good to meet you, Tumi. My name is Michael.
Yes, my pleasure, guys.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello. Those are my kids. When I'm typing with pressing, that's why you just keep going like that.
Yeah.
Wait, 1 second. Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Yes, so we're talking about the hearing God. What do you think is the biggest challenge, in your opinion, why people don't particularly hear God, or they claim they heard God, but then their relationship still...
Well, for me, just my opinion, okay? Well, for me, you want to hear from God, you have to first of all be at peace. Your heart must be at peace, because if your mind is troubled, you'll be quivering everywhere. You cannot hear God. God speaks to you when everywhere is peaceful. where everywhere is clean. Like if your bedroom is dirty, of course, everywhere must be clean. Your heart must be clean. So you want to approach God, you must come with Him with an open heart. You don't come with you don't come to expect yes already. Just say, God, let your will be done. Because you don't want to say yes for God. Then why did you come to Him? Let Him be the one to tell you this is the answer. And when God is telling you the answer, 9 out of 10 is always right. But because we as humans, we are always rushing. We are always rushing with time. Oh my God, time is ticking, time is ticking. I remember when I was serving in Winners Church, all my friends were getting married. At that time, I was 20, what? I was 28. And one man came to me and told me, why you showing up? What's up with you? I said, nothing. I'm okay. I'm not rushing, but I know my man will come. People come to me, we're like, married men, widows. Like, I cannot settle for less. Because I know as far as I'm concerned, there is somebody for everybody. There's somebody for you. Like this is Sister Bay. This is your husband. I have my husband. As young as my son is, God has plan for him already. We cannot just start deciding ahead of time
I
for
think I like
future
that.
plan.
I think that I like
But
that.
for us, it's age that is
Yes,
the
I think I like.
problem, especially for we the girls. If men can marry at 50 years old and have their children, why can't we women wait for God? I've seen miracles happen every day. 50 years of having children. You are a fruitful vine. God that put that womb there has a reason. Why are you rushing? Why are you rushing to? Why are you rushing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My sister having kids before me.
Absolutely.
Glory to God. I celebrated her.
Bio.
When God came through for me, it's like a miracle. Every day I thank God. God gave me the
Yeah.
best
Think
husband. I
that's
appreciate God for Oluwaseyi for me. My husband is the best man for me. He's very prayerful. He loves me very well. A man that loves you will not change who you are. Okay? He will make you the best person. You will see good in yourself. Just have faith in God. Be confident in God that you serve. You have God, you don't have confidence. You must believe God's answer. He has the final say to every situation.
Yeah.
So you have to come to God.
mm,
Believe God is number one. Have faith in Him, that He's there to give you the right answer. He's there to give you the right vision. He has seen it all already. So just give Him the time. Give Him the time to lead you. And
yes.
when God comes through, you'll be like, wasn't it just yesterday I was saying I want to go to America? Wasn't it yesterday I was saying I want to finish my MBA? Wasn't it yesterday? Because it happened so fast. You're pregnant now. Oh God, I want to be pregnant. Now you're pregnant. Your kid is 10 years old. Now you stop being grateful to God. So when you are waiting for God, it's giving you that time to. Right now is your testing time. It's a phase. It's a phase. Because you want God now, you are very,
Yeah.
very diligent. You are hard in prayer because you want God for one thing. And God too is very smart with you. He will make you pray and serve Him. Because when He gives you the answer, you will back on that journey. You will not serve Him again. So right now you want something. You will serve God with all your hearts. You will serve Him. If it requires to go out and go and win a soul, you will do it because you want God to come through for you. So give God a chance. Give God the chance to serve Him very well,
Thank you
okay?
so much.
I love you
Thank you
guys. I
so
hope it
much.
works for you.
Thank you so
It's
much.
working for me. I'm a believer. People will not serve you breakfast. Your husband will not serve you breakfast. He will serve you eternal breakfast,
Yes,
not the
sir.
one that is happening in the world right now. Glorious breakfast, okay?
Yes, sir.
I
He will
love
serve
you.
you breakfast in
Yes,
bed
yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
yes,
in
yes.
Cancun
Eh?
or in Tulum.
It's a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much,
Yes.
to me. Thank you so much. I think that was profound. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
One of the things that thank you so
Okay.
much. You can drop your
Where do I
answer on
do
this
this? I
one
don't
and take
come on
some.
live here, but I will
So
figure
one
it
of
out.
okay, I
Okay.
can try to do that myself from here. Um, how do we do this? Okay, so one of the things that Tumi mentioned, I think that was profound. I think a lot of people are also resonating with it. Don't put God in a box. Don't come to God expecting the answer you want. You should be more focused about finding out His
What
answer.
His
What
will
is His
is.
will for you? I think that's the biggest thing. And sometimes when we are pressured, like she mentioned, your age
Everything
and
is
everything is
pressuring
pushing
you.
you. You just feel like, God, you have to answer me now. Some people even give God deadline. God, if you don't answer me before December, I will
I will backslide.
backslide. Like I saw one lady, saying, if Peter Obi does not become president, I will not go to church again. I will not serve God again. And I was just like, who are you doing God a favor? You don't come to God like that. That makes us understand that without faith, it is impossible to please God, because whoever will come to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So you have to seek him diligently. And the Bible says that do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. When the Bible says God cannot be mocked, it's just telling you that God knows your heart. You're coming to God, you're asking him for his will, but he knows your heart. So if you are drawing to him with your list, but your heart is far away from him, then you will not get the answer you have. You will be answered according to the multitude of your idols. I think that was profound. Thank you again, Shumi. All right. Let's just say bye-byes. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for everyone who was
so much fun.
Comments.
Yes.
Everyone that was sharing their wisdom as well. The oil of wisdom on your head will not run dry.
Amen.
So thank you so much, everyone.
Can we still take a few people? Just come more like compliments. Just say hello. Just say hello. Someone just requested now. All right, we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up already. Steve, oh, I see Steve, my guy. How are you doing? Keep loving and keep believing. Yeah, sorry we didn't release a video this week. As we said, we're traveling, so we've been busy. We've not been settled enough to film, and just take this one as a peace offering.
Yes. So.
Take it as a peace offering. Demi, one day you shall share your video. Thank you to all of us. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. All right. Let me give you guys one kind of quick gist. So the next video that's coming out, I want to come and talk about my. Should I give them
give them a teaser now?
Okay, no problem. So we should have a video next week. It's going to be about my failed love story. I know many of you have been wondering.
There's this lady, Sister Esther.
I always mention Sister Esther. Sister Esther. I used to say that let's call her Sister Esther, although her name is not Sister Esther. So I'm going to come and talk about my failed love story. We'll draw lessons from it, and you're going to really enjoy it. It's some nice story time, because I've been through a lot. O'Shea is Sister Bay's voice. I've been through a lot. Yes. I was not served breakfast, but I was served heartbreak. So you guys anticipate that video, anticipate it, and for those of you that are sharing our videos with people, we see you, we love you. Many people have joined our platform saying that, oh, someone shared the video with them and they were blessed. Thank you. If you don't share the videos, it won't get to them. So thank you. Yes, you can't wait. Don't worry. I hope I'm not too shy when I'm talking about it. But definitely it's gonna be. We're gonna look for all the lessons from, because me, I'm a love boy, so maybe I was a fool for love.
Yes, so
maybe I was a fool for love. Oh, Adra Agbemi, thank you so much. Breakfast na national cake. Well, you can't be served breakfast if you are never really invited to dinner, right? Or how do I mean? Like, I was never in a relationship, so it was a failed love story, not particularly failed relationship. So I don't like calling it breakfast. I've never been served breakfast in my life, and nobody will serve me breakfast, because Sister B does not know how to cook breakfast. She knows how to cook correct dishes. It's not breakfast. People have really messed up this breakfast for us. Sister B, last words.
Okay, so anyway, we'll film a video for you guys next week. We'll be releasing it, and
it's a question though. Continue.
Oh, there's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so please, I have a question. Is it okay to ask your partner if they still love you after an argument? Why are you asking if they still love you? Was it not that you guys just argued?
Can argument take love away?
Argument cannot take love away.
Do you still love me?
About that question, I'll just look at you. You're asking me, do you still love me?
I'm almost dizzy, like you.
I'm like, so because you're asking one small argument, you're not asking if I love you or if you still love me. No, I don't love you. I don't love you anymore.
I don't
But what
think
about brunch?
I don't think it's important to ask that kind of question.
Yeah, I mean, you should see, no matter what arguments happens, there must always be, like, there are some things I can never say.
Yes.
I can never say, I hate you, I don't love you anymore.
Yes.
I can't say those things out of anger. I can't say, I'll break up with you, or
what are we
I
even
don't think this
doing
relationship will not work, or whatever. Things like that. Like, there are some things you don't ever say things like that. Some people, when they're married, but they will argue with their partner, and the next thing they're saying is, I'll divorce.
Yeah.
I'll divorce. I'll divorce.
Yeah, like I've heard of a couple, and it was really sad because this couple, they are like close to me, like they are having a fight, and in the midst of their fight, they're like, "Why did I even marry you? I regret the day I married you because of fight." Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's not for reaffirmation. Except the argument, in the midst of the argument, it seemed like your partner was already showing vibes that looked like it was losing love or something.
And if you are doubting the person's love, then you guys should have a conversation, a separate conversation,
not
instead
just,
of,
do you still love
because
me?
when an argument just happened, there's this tension that is still trying to calm down. So it's kind of just, it's I don't think it's helping in that situation. You should create a different time that, okay, I think our love vibe is starting to go low. What can we do to revive our love? What can we do to revive, everything that is going on between us? Maybe the love is no longer strong. You start to, try to do some things to get the love back, to get the fire and the ball rolling again. You understand?
That's just it. So if you notice that maybe your partner is falling out of love, asking, do you still love me, is not necessarily the best thing to do. Is to be intentional about reigniting the fire, the spark.
Yeah.
Yes, and even if the question comes up, it should not be right after an argument.
Exactly. Absolutely. It shouldn't be in the heat of the moment.
Or after an argument. Because even after an argument, and you've already said, okay, fine, we are cool, doesn't mean I feel better all of a sudden. Sometimes it will just take a while for you to just calm down. You understand?
Yeah.
And you need not ask. It's like asking if you still feel hungry tomorrow after eating today. Argument is part of couple's lifestyle, and you all need to pick your words carefully during the process. Absolutely. Exactly. You don't say terrible things in an argument. In fact, you should not even have an argument. You should have discussions. You should have conversations. It could be hard. It could be hard conversations, but not arguments. In an argument, it's like a debate. Two people are tailoring matters, trying to say, I'm for this motion, I'm for this motion. That's not how you should do it, right? It should be that we are for the side of the team, we are on our side, so we are having a misunderstanding. I don't think I get you. I don't think you get me. So you are conversing because it's like I want you to understand me better, not because I want you to know I'm right. That's an argument, and don't ever take that perspective.
Yeah.
Those of you that just joining, well, you're welcome, but we are already wrapping up. We had a fun time today talking about breakfast. You don't cast. Last. No be everybody go shop breakfast. I don't believe it. I think that it's possible for especially the younger generation who have not even entered a relationship to get it right. But also, there was something I didn't answer. How is it possible for you to believe you heard God and the relationship still breaks?
Yeah.
Let me first get a quick poll. A quick comment, guys. Please rush into the comment section. Do you think it's possible for God to speak to you about a relationship and the relationship still breaks? Quick one. I want to see your response to that. Quick. Do you think it's possible or it's not possible? It's possible, it's not possible. Let me see your answers. Is it possible, if you're just joining, is it possible for God to actually speak to you? You believe you've heard God about a relationship and it still fails. Well, I wasn't planning to save the video, but maybe we would save it. Okay, Demi says yes. Steve says yes. Everybody is saying yes. Is it possible that it will still fail? You believe so? Okay. As you're dropping it, be dropping why? Why would it fail? Why? Arguments can also be a part of learning couples. Absolutely. If you think it's possible, why? Is God not a perfect God? Doesn't God know what he's doing? Thank you. Debbie says no. It's not possible. When Della said, my son, Thou shalt take faith of the family of the Adetomi as thy beloved wife. And in blessing, I will bless you.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible because, I mean,
let's first hear people. Now.
Okay,
You're
okay.
already giving your.
Let's hear their reasons.
Because that might not be his perfect way for you. Okay, it's possible. I think it is. It takes two to tango. Probably not working line with God. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. You guys are relationship counselors. We should be learning from you. You guys should go and start YouTube channel and be blessing lives already. Okay, maybe it was not the voice of God from the start. That's possible. That's possible.
Yes, and I feel like if you're okay, you heard God, but you're not working on the relationship as you should, or you get distracted, it's possible for it to end, right? Like you are not working on the relationship, you are not working on your. It is actually possible for God to tell you something, and you also use your hand to spoil it.
Let me answer with this. Is it possible for you to have a visa to US and never go to US?
Yes, no.
US government have given you visa, valid visa, but is it possible for you to never go to US till the person dies? Is it possible? Yes. What is the reason for that? The person giving the visa. You still have some work to do. You need to book a ticket.
Yes.
You need to plan your journey. You need to pack your load. Right? You need to pack your load. You need to go to the airport. You need to enter the plane that you're supposed to enter. Not go and not be late for your boarding. You need to do a lot of things. So while God is a perfect God and He has perfect plans, it is in your hands. All right? It is in your hands. You have work to do. Relationship is hard work. It doesn't fall on your laps. Godly marriage, couple goals, power couple, it doesn't jump on you. You work hard for it. And that is why it is possible for it not to work. If either you or the other party doesn't work. Right? So, for example, I always say this scenario. God led me to my wife. I am 101,000,000% sure that the Lord spoke to me that Faith is my wife. All right, and that is one of the bases of my doctrine on this. But I still asked her, what do you think can make it possible that we don't get married? And our decision was that if any of us stops following the Lord, if any of us stops doing what we are supposed to do to make marriage or relationship work, then we might find ourselves going separate ways. And that's just the truth. All right, it takes two, like Delight said, it takes two to tango. It is the job of both of you. You have to now make it work with God helping you. All right, God speaking does not mean that is the end. You have work to do. You have to learn to forgive. You have to learn to have arguments, conversations, fine-tuning. Oh, you think this way, I think the other way. Where can we meet each other in the middle? Because if two of you will work together, you have to be agreed. All right?
Yeah.
I hope that you've been blessed. I hope you've learned something today.
Yeah.
I hope you've had a great time.
Great time. Yeah.
Let me see your emojis. I used to like when I see fire emojis. Fire, 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 fire. Fire, follow me by the name of Pentecost. Fire, follow me. Hey, what did I say? By the name of Pentecost. All right. I had fun, guys. I had fun with you guys tonight, this afternoon from Calgary. And I believe that you guys had fun again as well. Thank you so much. Oh, I see the fire emojis. Lit. So anticipate the next video. Character flaws.
Maybe for another live.
We'll put that down for another live. We'll do this once in a while, as often as we can. So you guys, when you see us go live, just join in.
Jump in.
Join in. Till we come your way again. Keep loving and keep believing. We are the stars. No. Someone literally wrote it. That's
so till we come your way again.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Okay, we should save this anyway.
Okay, we'll save it.
It was not coordinated, but I'll save it still. for the sake
This was
of,
just chit chat, but no problem.
yeah, it's just chit chat, but it's fine. We'll save it for those that want to watch again. All right, don't forget the next video. I'm giving you a gist on my failed love story. Lord have mercy. It's gonna be lit. All right, take care, guys. Sister V,
Take
say
care,
bye bye.
guys. Bye, guys.